Google Drive open, you're going to go to this big orange button over here, the Create button. So go ahead and click on the Create button and scroll down until you get to the option for creating a form. Select that one. When you create a Google form, you will first be asked to pick a title. I like to call this form a response form. So go ahead and put your title, and then you can pick any of the themes that you would think would be a nice theme for your project. I'll go ahead and select this fancy flower one, the bluebirds actually, and I'll select OK. From here, I can start creating my Google form. Now this is a form I want to use with my students. So up at the top where the form settings is located, uncheck the button that says to require Escondido Union School District login. Our students don't have that login information, so go ahead and select OK. And we're going to put our first question. So what we see right here in this box is the first question information. It's called Untitled Question. This is where I'm going to say student name, and help text would be anything that would help that person know what to put for this answer. So we can say first and last name, or just say you want first name only. You can select how you would like that. I'm just going to say first name only. And then you have to pick which kind of question type you would like it to be. If you click on this little bar, some menu options will pop up. Since this is a question that my students will have to type in the answer, they have to type in their name, I'm going to select this to be a text question type, meaning it just leaves a little box for them to leave a little bit of information. Then, or if you wanted more text, you could pick paragraph text, but the name shouldn't take much text. So right here it's showing that this is where their answer will go. If I want this to be a required question, meaning they can't turn in this Google form without having this question answered, then you're going to click that. And I definitely want them to put their name on this form, right? Aren't we always battling that? Put your name on it. So make it required. Now I can add another question because I'm not done. I can also say that I would like their student number or their NIC number, whatever you call it. So some of us like to organize our students by their numbers. And from here, you can actually pick a choose from the list option. That means when they click on that box, their number choice will be there, so they don't have to type it. So from here, I have to go ahead and say that one option would be student one. Actually, I'm going to put a anonymous here because the first option, they might accidentally hit, they might accidentally select the next question and not have fully picked their option for this. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going through and putting all the NIC numbers in my classroom. I'm not going to go all the way for the purpose of this, but I would normally, for a typical fourth grade classroom, go all the way down to 32. Now, once I'm done adding, and you can add as many as you want here, go ahead and make this a required question as well, because like their name, you want to make sure they have it. Now we're going to add one more item, and I'm going to call this response. This is a form that I want my students to be able to use over and over to answer a variety of critical thinking questions related to the Common Core. It could be a math question, it could be a social studies science question, or it could be a question relating to a book you guys are reading together. So in this, you're going to select paragraph text for the question type because we want our students to be able to answer in a couple sentences or maybe even a small paragraph. And again, we're going to make this required. Now these are the only things we're going to add to this form. We want this form to be something that our students can use over and over, and it's just a quick way to check in with them to see what they're thinking and how they're doing, kind of like an exit ticket. So I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm done, and you can kind of see what the form looks like. Now this is just the skeletons of the form. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you what the live form will look like, so you can see what it will look like with that bluebird template that we chose. So I'm going to go click on here, view the live form, so that you can see what it actually looks like. And here's what it looks like. So this is the response form. You can see there's the student name, and the red star means it's a required question. And then there's the student number. Again, it's a required question. And then an area for them to put their response to whatever question you're asking them. And then at the bottom is the submit. So I'm going to go back to our form. And down at the bottom, here's your confirmation page. And you can edit this information right here. You don't have to have it say that your response has been recorded. But what this confirmation page is when they hit the button at the bottom where it says submit, then there will be a screen that pops up to let them know, okay, you've done it. So this is where you can put some text in, and you can make it silly, you can make it fun, or you can just leave it as your response has been recorded. And I'm going to unselect show link to submit another response because I don't want more than one response for each of these questions. You can also have it show a public link to form results, which I'm not going to do because I want to keep my students' answers private. This is for my information. Okay, so now how do you share this form so that your students can access it? Well, first you have to get the link to the live form, and you can do that a couple ways. One of the easiest ways is to go to the live form and go ahead and click and select all of that. Once you copy this link from your live form, go ahead and go to goo.gov, and it will open up the Google URL shortener. Paste that link that you just copied into the window and click on Shorten URL. Right away, you will get a shortened link. Make sure you tell your students that when you're using a goo.gov shortened link, you have to remember it is case sensitive. So in this case, students will have to use the capital V to access this link. Now you can see right here, it's showing you what you plan on sharing with this shortened link, and it is the correct thing. It is the response form. If I click on details, I also get a QR code generated automatically. That way, if I have iPods or iPads, my students can quickly access this Google form with a QR code. Now I'm going to show you what it would look like if someone were to fill out this form. How would the responses look to you? So I'm going to go ahead and fill this form out as if I was a student. I'm going to type my name and pick my NIC number. I'll be number 3. And actually, I'm going to pick a different name because I already did this once. I'll say this is Janet. I don't know why that name just came to me. And my response to the question will be, I think Wonder is a great book because, and I could finish my thought, but for the sake of time for this video, I won't add any more. So when each student finishes, they're going to click the submit button, and they're going to see this little window that will pop up that says your response has been recorded. But where do you as the teacher see these responses? So if I go back to the form where I did the creating of all of my questions, I can look across this window line or this menu line. I have view responses or view live form. If I click on view responses, I'm going to be sent to a spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet is where these answers are placed. So this is a place where I can quickly look over my student work. I've already answered this question. I said I was student 1, and I said I had a great day, and I did that a little while ago, and you can see it's time stamped. And just now in the video, I said my name was Janet, I was number 3, and I gave my response here. Now, if you wanted to share this with your students and you wanted to put these answers so that they were anonymous for everyone, you can just slide your window right on over and scroll through everybody's answers if you had the whole class set of answers. Or if you want to share the answers with the class and you don't mind if there's a name attached to it, you can just pull this spreadsheet up for all the students to see the different answers. So this is kind of how you would want to present these answers. Or you don't have to share this with them at all if it's just some student data you would like for yourself.